Okay, today we're going to talk about tools. I realized that my previous tool video was a tad out of sync. Okay. The tools that came with your bond are your S-hook, which you attach to an elastic. You get 4 of them. They use it to keep the tension on the side. What I use in place of this, because mine I get tired of moving it all up, is a weight. I have a video on how to make these. This is a fishing lure, 2 ounce, hooked to a paper clip, dipped in. Now this was painted with a glass paint, the kind that you make stained glass windows with. This was bought on eBay. This weight was bought at Walmart. They're both a 2 ounce weight. This one, I put the paper clip in, straightened it all out, put it in, went halfway, and then twisted it. So I'd have 2 hooks on the end. Okay? Now, this is the transfer tools that came with your bond. This is a single, and this is the single and the hook. What I use instead of the hook one is this one. I found it on a video. I wish I could remember the site, but she took 2 paper clips, 2 clothespins, removed the metal, cut a groove down the center for a needle, cut the nib off the needle, and glued it together. Now this is a weight that came with your bond. What I use the weights I showed you earlier. I mean, I still use these, but when I use these, I use a rag hem when I do it. Now this is the rag hem I use. This is made out of crochet thread. I just made a brim. This sticks down into it, and then I use a clip, document clip, to hold it in place. I mean, I'd use a small one in this case. And this is what I use for a cast-on comb. I have various sizes, this being the smallest. This is 5 pins. This is polymer clay with paper clips wedged between it. And how I'd use this, I would just feed this onto that and hang it like that. And then I'd slide the weight down into it to hold it. Okay. Now this is the latest cast-on comb I made. It's made with drapery hooks. This hangs into the stitches. And then this you can just set onto here. I mean, it sets a lot quicker because it does not have to be perfect. The only problem is if you're taking it off and you tip it a little bit, it will fall off and land on your toe. That's not a good feeling. Now, if you need to remove it from the machine, if I don't use waste yarn, I use a small needle. This is a size 2. Now for a marker, you could use it as an earring if you wanted to, but I use it as a stitch marker. I just hang it right into them. I'll show you. Just hang it right into the stitch that I want to be aware of, and you can't see it. See now? Okay. And then craft stick, plain old craft stick. What I use it for is to mark my stitches on it. What I do is I'll take a pen or marker, whatever, and I'll make little marks on it, and those are the stitches that I have to do. Okay. I'll show you what I'm referring to. Give me just a minute. This is just a piece of my bond. It's 3 sections. I use this if I'm going to do a small piece. I'll just take my clamps and clamp them onto the pole and then clamp them down. So what I'll do is I'll lay my stick down. I'll get out a magic marker because it's easiest. And say I want to do a 1x3 rib. Okay. So I mark my, excuse my hand, I'll mark where I'm starting. I'll mark where I'm starting it. And like I'm going to leave the first one alone. So I'll mark the second one. I'll transfer that one. I'm going to do 2 and I'll mark that one. 2, mark this one. 2, mark that one. Okay, I get it to where I can maneuver it. And then I'll make these where I can actually see them. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. See? Now I got my markers. I got my stitch lined up. And I'll know I have to transform this one, and this one. And I'll just slide it down as I need it. Now this is a transfer tool I made. It's polymer clay with bobby pins. If I have to transfer the tool, I just take it and transfer it. So I can do eyelets real quick. Now this is another transfer tool I made. It has a 1 transfer at the end and a 4 at the other end. This way I can do 4. Do it like a full fashion decrease. And this is good when I'm doing hats. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pegs. And that is sandwiched between 2 craft sticks with some glue. I don't know if I can get a real good picture of it for you. And those are the another tool I use. And this comes in very handy. I'm always misplacing my scissors. So I took a pair of scissors. I put a O-ring. I gotta fix that. Put an O-ring on the base of the scissors. And I apparently didn't attach it too well. I have to fix that O-ring. And this is a 30, it's sterling silver, which is minor. It's just what I had on hand. A 60-inch chain. I have to replace that. I've opened that ring up too many times. And now it just stays open. Okay. And what I did is I made that goes around my neck and it hooks here. That way I don't lose it. Okay. And that is pretty much all the tools, except I had a friend of mine gave me, this is about 3 feet block of wood. It's about 1/2 by 1/2. I use it to pull my needles if I have to pull a lot forward or push a lot back. That's what I use this for. It does corners very nicely, like this. Pull all of them forward at once, or push all of them back at once. It's also great if I have to do, like I have work, and you know how they're in this position when they're in the work position. And like say I have to do some manipulating, like a ladder, I'll pull it all forward and I'll stick a ruler I'll stick these two rulers. One is from a department store. Put that one there. And one is from, this is the department store, the little flimsy one. And the other one is from a hardware store in the paint department. And it holds the needles right where I can work with them. And they won't go forward and they won't go back. And that is all my tools, I believe.